I am here to talk to you about Dungeon Crawler Carl. I'd recently heard some buzz about it and decided to pick it up, and now I have 3 5-star reads from this series. So this book series, if you haven't heard about it, I would be happy to introduce you to it. Aliens invade planet Earth, destroying all physical structures on the planet. Everyone inside of a building is gone. Anyone who was outside hears an announcement from this alien race saying that they can enter an intergalactic game show if they find the nearest stairwell and descend. Under the Earth's surface, the aliens have restructured into these dungeons, which aren't at all the dungeons that you might be picturing, but it is a landscape that they've created for this competition to take place. So in these books, we're following Carl and his recently ex-girlfriend's cat, Princess Donut. Princess Donut lured Carl outside. She had jumped out the window of the apartment, and he went out there in his underwear with no shoes on to get the cat back, and then the world ended. So Carl enters the dungeon with this cat who he doesn't like that much and doesn't like him in his bare feet. Now in this dungeon, there are monsters, there are challenges. It's a big competition with the millions of people left on Earth where they're all fighting different monsters. They're gaining experience points, they're getting loot boxes. So it is a literary RPG, which basically puts us in a video game style narrative. So we're following Carl and Princess Donut as they navigate this new world, first dealing with the shock of Earth ending, but actively having to fight their way through the dungeon. So we are fighting monsters, we are getting a glimpse at how this game show is created and how this alien race, multiple alien races, take over planets for their own entertainment and to create this show. So we get to learn alongside with Carl and Donut how the game works, the mechanics of it. They have a game guide, and it's really reminiscent of like Dungeons and Dragons, World of Warcraft, things that I've never been interested in playing myself, but in this particular series works really well for the storytelling. So this series was originally self-published. It has ebooks available on Kindle Unlimited, audiobooks on Audible only. And then recently it was picked up by a publisher, Ace Books, where they are repackaging these and releasing them in these hardcover versions. So really interesting just to look at it from the publishing standpoint, because that's not something that we see very often, though more recently with the way that these self-published authors are able to market themselves and grow an audience, we have seen publishers now picking up these self-published authors that are already doing well and trying to bring them to the next level. So these new covers that were created definitely, I feel like, open the book series up to a wider audience. They are beautiful for one, captivating. They catch the essence of the story while taking away some of the cringiness, no offense to those who like the original covers, but a little bit of the cringiness that came with the original covers that I think could have prevented some people from picking it up. Although now, having read 4 of the books so far, the original covers are really cool and they definitely like depict a scene from the story. It's just picking up a book with a guy in his underwear is not the most appealing thing when I see a new book cover. This series has gotten so much buzz recently, though I still don't think it's that mainstream. So these books now have a table at Barnes & Noble. I see DCC is what it's also referred to as, because Dungeon Crawler Carl is a tough phrase to say, but DCC is often referenced if you look at Reddit. For reading recommendations, Reddit loves Dungeon Crawler Carl. If you look at the Audible Reddit page, DCC is in almost every post. And that's actually what really got me excited for it. So originally I buddy read the first book with a couple family members and we all had a good time. But since then, I've blown past them and I've recently finished the 4th book. And I can say that although I love the first book and gave it 5 stars, the books actually get better. Book 2 is significantly better than book 1, and it's really just been a fun journey to be on. And that's another thing about the books. They are fun. They are funny. So we're dealing with some serious topics, obviously grand exploitation and killing off of a whole planet, and putting a race of people into a game show to live and die for the entertainment of the galaxy. That has some dark implications. But meanwhile, we're also having a little bit of fun with it. Carl's funny, Donut's funny. We have an AI system that kind of runs the game, and it has quite a sick sense of humor. So the sense of humor in here is a little past what I usually enjoyed. I can be a little bit of a prude sometimes, but I feel like it just toes the line of being like inappropriate, weird, but it never goes too far, in my opinion. I think some people are turned off by the humor, but it's really funny. And it's like you're laughing at things that are inappropriate, which is sometimes the best kind of funny. We have this blend of humor and seriousness as well. We have very interesting plot going on. We have twists. We have a lot of character dynamics, character growth. There are lots of other characters besides Carl and Donut. We have other characters in the dungeon. We have the stats board where you can see like who's doing the best, who's leveling up, who is in there maybe just getting by, especially in the beginning levels. It's just really cool to see all the different people's approach when they went into the dungeon, whether it be a guy and his cat or a group of 400 militants from Africa, or a nursing home that wheeled their patrons into the dungeon just to keep them safe. So there's a lot going on. The different levels that we go through are all very different, very interesting, and we keep getting pieces of what future levels might be like, which keeps that intrigue going. And I think this series has such a good blend of all these different things going on, and that's for me what made it 5 stars. Like, we don't have the most plot twists, the craziest plot twists. We don't have the funniest book I've ever read. We don't have the most dynamic characters ever on the planet, but every topic that's going on here is done really, really well and at a high level. So it's not the best at everything, but it's a very high level across the board, balancing all these different things within the book. So that is why I think this is going to be like the top series of the year. I think in 2025, we're just going to hear this quadruple and how much people are talking about it. And I think that that is a great thing because it's a great series, and I hope that more people read it. If you've read a literary RPG book before and didn't enjoy it, people who've read those say that this is the best one in the genre, and this is the one to read if you want to try it again. It has a bit of a blend of The Hunger Games and Ready Player One, but again, just kicked way up a notch. And now something I haven't spoken about yet that is very, very important is the audiobooks. So if you even mildly like audiobooks, you have to give these a listen. If you've never listened to an audiobook, this would be a fantastic introduction as well, although it may ruin other audiobooks for you. So these are narrated by Jeff Hayes. He does an amazing job at truly sounding like there's a full cast narration, but it's just one guy making incredible voices. Again, the second audiobook vastly improves from the first one, but we have a bit of sound effects. We have, again, incredible voices, and it's just so well done. The narrator's comedic timing is excellent. He perfectly emotes what I think the author, Matt Dinniman, intended in how dialogue is delivered and how stories are told. You can just hear so much personality in each voice. It's really incredible. So physical or audio are incredible. If you like audio though, I would definitely recommend reading it that way. Now, I have read 4 of these books now in just, I think, 2 months. I have books 5, 6, and 7 remaining, which luckily the books get longer as you go on, so I still have a lot of content left to read, and I'll be reading those soon. I do have to read other things at the moment though, which is why I just wanted to talk about it. I'm already just selling this book to anyone that I talk to. I've talked to multiple co-workers about it. I will suggest this to absolutely anyone. I think it's just something that most people could like. I would say not every book is for everyone, but I do think this series, 95% of people can read and enjoy. So, if you haven't picked it up already, please give it a try if it sounds like something you might be interested in, even the tiniest bit, because I think you're gonna enjoy it. So I didn't really know what this video was gonna be when I turned the camera on, but I guess it's a Dungeon Crawler Carl recommendation video. It's a call to anyone who hasn't heard of this book yet to at least find out about it, be introduced to it, and possibly be influenced to pick it up. So if you read the series, please let me know what you think about it. How far in the series are you? Currently, for the physical copies, we only have 4 books out in the new hardcovers, but book 5 is releasing in April, 6 will be in May, and then 7 just came out in ebook, so that'll be sometime after that. But luckily, the ebooks and audiobooks for up to book 7 have already been released. So, if you're looking for a long series to get into, this might be the one for you. So, I'm happy I got to talk to you about this series today. Let me know if I've influenced you to pick it up, and I will see you soon in another video. Bye!